Welcome to the School of the Lost Tribes. Your charity helps generate the lessons needed to seal the chosen before the destruction. Mark 2:23, KJV. And it came to pass that he went through the cornfields on the Sabbath day, and his disciples began, as they went, to pluck the ears of corn. Here, Yahushua is walking with his Israelite disciples on the Sabbath day. The Sabbath is not a general human custom. It is a sign of the covenant between Yahweh and Israel. See Exodus 31, given to no other people. So everything in this scene is taking place within the framework of Israel's special relationship with Yahweh. As they walk through the fields, the disciples pluck ears of corn, a simple act of meeting physical need. This shows us that within the land, among the covenant people, Yahushua is leading his disciples through real-life situations where the law and mercy must be understood correctly. For scattered Israelites today, this reminds us, the Sabbath, the land, and the daily needs of the people all belong to the covenant story of Israel, not to universal religion. Mark 2:24, KJV. And the Pharisees said unto him, Behold, why do they on the Sabbath day that which is not lawful? The Pharisees are Israelite religious leaders, claiming to guard the law, but they have built traditions around the law that often go beyond what Yahweh actually commanded. They accuse Yahushua's disciples of doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath. Notice, the conflict is not between Yahushua and Gentiles, but between Yahushua and Israel's own leadership over how the covenant law should function among the people. The Pharisees treat the Sabbath as a burden and a trap, rather than a blessing for Israel. This tension reveals why Israel needed Yahushua. He came to restore the true meaning of the law within Israel, so the people could walk in the covenant properly again and be ready for the kingdom. Mark 2:25, KJV. And he said unto them, Have ye never read what David did when he had need and was an hungered, he and they that were with him? Yahushua answers them by going back to Israel's own history, to David, the covenant king whose throne and seed are central to Israel's promises. He reminds them that David, when in need and hungry, acted in a way that technically crossed normal ceremonial boundaries, yet was not condemned by Yahweh. By saying, Have ye never read? Yahushua exposes that these Pharisees, though they claim to know the scriptures, have missed the heart of Yahweh's dealings with his people. Israel's covenant law was never meant to destroy the life of Israelites in need. It was meant to guard and bless them. For scattered Israelites, this shows that Yahushua interprets the law in line with the Davidic covenant and the preservation of Yahweh's chosen people. Mark 2:26, KJV. How he went into the house of God in the days of Abiathar the high priest, and did eat the shewbread, which is not lawful to eat, but for the priests, and gave also to them which were with him. Yahushua points to the moment when David went into the house of God and ate the shewbread, holy bread reserved for Israel's priests. Yet Yahweh allowed it because of David's need and his role in Yahweh's purpose for Israel. David is the one to whom Yahweh swore an eternal covenant concerning the throne and kingdom over Israel. By using this example, Yahushua shows that within the covenant nation, mercy and the preservation of Yahweh's chosen servants can override rigid ritual application in times of necessity. He is teaching that the law, priesthood, and temple all serve the bigger purpose of protecting and sustaining Israel, the people of the covenant. For scattered Israelites today, the lesson is that covenant law must always be understood in the light of Yahweh's purpose to maintain and restore his nation, not in a Pharisaic way that crushes the people. Mark 2:27, KJV. And he said unto them, The Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. When Yahushua says, The Sabbath was made for man, we must read this in its covenant context. The Sabbath was given specifically to Israel as a sign between Yahweh and them. So man here is best understood as Israelite man, the covenant people descended from Jacob. The Sabbath was made for Israel's benefit, rest, refreshment, and a reminder that Yahweh is their creator and redeemer. Not man for the Sabbath means Yahweh did not create Israel just to be slaves to a ritual. He gave the Sabbath as a gift to a redeemed nation. For the scattered tribes, this teaches us that Yahweh's commands, including Sabbath, are designed to bless Israel and preserve them as his special people, not to enslave them in man-made interpretations. Mark 2:28, KJV. Therefore the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. This is the conclusion and the key. The Son of Man, a title rooted in Daniel's prophecy, is Yahweh Shai, the one to whom dominion and a kingdom are given, a kingdom over the people of the saints, Israel. By saying he is Lord also of the Sabbath, Yahweh Shai declares his authority over one of the central covenant signs given to Israel. Since the Sabbath belongs to the relationship between Yahweh and Israel, the one who is Lord of the Sabbath is clearly Lord over Israel's covenant life. This is not a universal lordship claim over a mixed religious world. This is Yahweh Shai asserting his right to rule Israel's time, worship, and law as the appointed king from David's line. For scattered Israelites today, this means the same Yahweh Shai who walked through those fields in Judea is the one who has authority over our Sabbath, our law, and our covenant identity. He is the rightful king of Israel, and the Sabbath, like the kingdom, ultimately belongs under his rule over the house of Jacob. Table of Contents. Introduction. Yahweh's exclusive covenant with Israel. The purpose of this book. No disparagement of non-Israelite races. The foundations used throughout this book. On the right foundation, Israel's covenant exclusivity, believing Yahweh Shai and the consequences of unbelief. The exclusive nature of Israel in the Old Testament. The exclusive nature of Israel in the New Testament. Part 2. Replacement Theology, examined. Dare we say the Church has replaced the 12 tribes of Israel, hope, the law, and Israel in the New Testament, the exclusivity of Israel in Ephesians, Philippians, and beyond, redemption and the many, the exclusive nature of Israel in the letters of James, Peter, John, and Jude, Israel in the book of Revelation, reactions and doctrinal challenges. Next steps in the book, common reactions to Israel's exclusivity. Reactions to the exclusive doctrine of Israel, expanded. Are there 2 or 3 witnesses for exclusive Israel? Separation, the world, and the gospel. Word meanings. Understanding separation and the world. The world, cosmos, or oikoumeni. The 2 differing gospels, stumbling blocks to an exclusive Israel doctrine. Case studies, Israelites in dispersion. Peter's sheet vision, a closer examination. The Ethiopian eunuch, an Israelite in dispersion. The widow of Sarepta, an Israelite in dispersion. The Lord's Prayer, an exclusive Israelite perspective. Extra-scriptural doctrines exposed. The extra-scriptural doctrine of Judeans and Gentiles. Can strangers become Israelites? In thee shall all nations be blessed. That unfortunate word, Gentile. Yahweh Shai's ministry was not primarily to the Judeans or in Judea. Identity, history, and deception. Could the modern Judeans be Israel? Can the Judeans be identified? Josephus in his comments on the Judeans. Does Edom have any marks of identification today? Judeans who are non-Semitic. Historical commentary and records. What is their blasphemy? Anti-Semitism, a tool for deception, religious and political nonsense. Galatians, promise, and heirship. Galatians and Israel exclusivity. Interpreting Galatians in light of Israel exclusivity. Christos without Yesu, Messiah without Jesus. Can the promises to Abraham's seed be spiritualized? Who are the heirs according to the promise? In Christ versus in Jesus. Neither Judean nor Greek. Who are the Greeks? Israel in the entire New Testament. sonship, adoption, and faith. Isaac, hearing faith and freeborn sons. In thee shall all nations be blessed. Revisited. The promise in thy seed in the New Testament. The biblical concept of adoption. The placement of a son. Analysis of the 5 adoption verses. Understanding the sons of Yahweh and the doctrine of adoption. Pilgrims, strangers, and Israel, New Testament strangers. Seed, rebirth, and sowing.